numbers. Let me, you want me to share my
Yeah.
screen, or you cool with that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, I figure, guys, everybody in here already knows, our feelings about stealing deals. The thing about stealing deals, I share my screen so everybody can get an education, because that's most important to me. If we put together a cool deal here and somebody else calls on it, all it does is screw up the deal for both people. Because now, Surge will call back and they're like, "Oh, we just talked to somebody and they offered all this, same stuff." And it's like, "Oh, geez."
Yeah.
Now you're competing with each other and nobody's going to win, because the whole point is we want to make this unique. Okay, so you're thinking seller finance on this, right?
Yes.
Um, Okay,
Just
yeah,
so
I
you
want
just say that.
for
So we'll
sure.
just to compare. Let's see.
Anybody I bring up on stage, make sure you mute your mic, please.
There it is. 16. This is the one. Okay. All right. There.
Let's see. All right.
I did put a note there that. Go ahead.
No problem. What's up?
No, I said that I did. If you see that on the monthly payments, I did put a in parentheses that I did a typo on my last email. So,
Okay.
and right next to some of the other numbers, I put adjusted. So those are the numbers that I adjusted from my previous offer that I had made.
Okay.
So I lowered the numbers. And still, when I run the numbers on the calculator, these numbers also work.
Yeah, they're okay.
An offer.
Yeah, they're okay. They're 5%, which is solid. But where is this where you started? Have you already made this offer to them?
This one is the last email when she replied saying that that we're not doing seller financing. So I said, okay, that's when I replied back saying thank you.
Right, but
And
so you have offered. That's all I'm asking. So you've made this offer?
This offer is the last one that I sent.
Okay, so annual payment of $9,000, is that what 750 times 12 is?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about putting that in usually. I like to keep it a little bit more simpler for everybody. Your down payment's really high.
She wanted to say, I guess the first offer that I said she didn't understand it. She wanted a little more of a breakdown.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, let me adjust numbers and do a little bit more of a breakdown where it makes a little more sense, I guess, to her and the seller. Okay. And this is what I came up with.
Yeah, we're really like we're at 15%. I like to be over 20. So yeah, I just want you to go with I want you to, I don't want this to be your first. This should be your last. I like to see how it kind of works, right? But it's only 15%. Hard to sell. Yeah. So I want this to be the last. Like, I want you to move up to this, not start here. I always want to try to get a 10-year balloon if I can. You get a 7. And your offer price was 20,000 over right off the bat. And that is how Richard does it. I like offering their purchase price because they usually are $20,000 above what they think they can get anyhow. These guys were probably even more. They were probably 40 because they keep dropping it 10 grand every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, this it's just not going to sell. And I'm just being honest. I mean, it is cool because it's a $400
cash flow still,
which is good. But again, I try to let you guys know, and this is why I've set up my JV the way I do, because I do 30, and then 40 for whoever finds a buyer, because I want you guys to see how hard it is to find a buyer. Buyers don't want okay deals. This is a deal they could get. They want spectacular deals. And so a spectacular deal is when we get to the $500 a month. We offer them less than their asking price in this situation only because we know how much they've come down, right? With a 5% down payment, which you're still under 10%, which these are all, what if you've done anything, hold my hand wholesale, that's what you've been taught. And so, but we're finding that the buyers are just way too picky on all this now. And so they're not letting us get away with that. And so now this would put us at 39%. And so when we put this out and market it, 39% cash on cash is the very first thing we put up in the top. Here's a property, 39 cash on cash. They're like, what? Okay, I want to take a look at that. If I put that and said 15% cash on cash, they'd be like, okay, well, maybe I'll look at that later. It's not going to be holy crap, I got to get on this one. And a 39% gives us room too, because we're probably going to try to sell it to somebody for, we're gonna put this to 370 for us to sell it to a buyer, and that's where we can get our, then we can have a reason to have an assignment fee. Okay.
Yeah, I just got an email from her, and she's saying that I don't know if they're going backwards or she didn't understand my offer.
Your offer.
I just got an email saying that, can you entertain 330 and show proof of funds? So I offered 370, right?
Right.
And she just came back with, can you do 330, entertain that 330 offer and show proof of funds? But I don't know. Again, I don't know if she is.
So here, no, you
misunderstood my offer. What?
Don't worry about it. You be done back, and you go and you send them this seller finance offer at 330. That's perfect. She just made it.
You just came back at that number, at 330.
Okay. Yeah. So send her a seller finance offer at 330. Send her this offer. You have Wholesale Atlas?
No, I'm gonna get it at the end of the month. It just makes me laugh because.
Right. That's the deal. It's crazy.
I don't know. I don't think she's understanding this side of real estate.
I guarantee she doesn't understand what's going on. So send her that as your offer. 330 with the 16.5. Like, this is beautiful. She's 30 cash price, just so you know.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. And so you need to guide her down the rosy path. You need to explain everything to her. So be really, really, like, give her the chance to take all the credit. That's totally fine.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'll yeah.
You know what I mean?
Take the ego, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't care.
Make her feel great about everything, like, for sure. Okay, so that's your offer. And I'm gonna copy that and send it to you. I'm pretty sure I'll put it in the chat. That's how I can send you guys what I've come up with. Okay, but I guarantee she's going to want a cash offer. So let's see what that is. And let's tell her why it's not going to work. We got rehab costs of, I'm going to say $15,000 for that yard. Okay, because
it's a slope. It's not really a yard.
Well, the grass is not good. So tell her for a cash offer, you're gonna lose $900, about $900 a month. So you can't do a cash offer because it's going to cost you $900 a month, and you're an investor. The only way to make it cash flow is your first offer, the 330.
Yeah.
Offer that you're gonna. So send that offer first. She's gonna come back and she's gonna be like, oh, well, they just want cash. You're like, oh, sweet, and then send this offer and say, here, this is super cool that they do this for you. Here's your cash offer. Okay, and I'll put that in your DMs. So don't send exactly this. Just use copy and paste the stuff you need, but make sure you make it personal. Here's that seller finance offer that I suggest. So generate email. And boom. Okay. Yeah, let's see what happens. Hey, you never know. And let's just keep on getting on the phone. I mean, keep these going. Just like send it and get on the phone. That's the easiest way to not have to watch the pot boil, because it takes forever for them to make decisions.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
All right. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Trent.
Good to see anybody. See ya.
All right.
All right. Let's see what we got going here. Just 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Mr. Saint, we talked over the weekend, didn't we?
We did.
Sure.
How you doing, Trent?
Good. What's happening?
I'm just getting to it right now. Yeah, with that whole situation, I guess I'll just email you the one that or DM you the one that I'm talking about here, so you're up to date.
Okay.
This is 11, 3. This is in Memphis.
Good town.
Drawing a blank on how to spell Memphis. Okay,
What about
Memphis.
it? And I'll put it in.
Boom.
That's it.
All right, so she got back to me with I guess a counter. She said that she didn't know how to process the seller didn't know how to process that big of an offer for the portfolio. So they asked me to do it one at a time.
Okay.
I
cool.
said, yeah, I
totally
said, all right, no problem. You know, I figured you didn't get back to me during the weekend, and I'm looking to lock this down and put it on contract with myself and my partners, but I need an answer. Like I need an answer from you. You know what I mean? As to if it's a yes or no. Can you not display it if you don't mind?
Oh yeah, no problem. Hold on. All right.
Only because she hasn't locked it down yet.
No worries. Totally no worries. Stop screen. Okay, cool. Okay, and
So with this one is at 297. 405 is asking. She got back to me this morning saying that she has to reach out to her and do it individually. And I was like, oh, I thought you had full range. She was like, I have full range for what I said to you, which was 370 for 405, which is not a deal for me for a cash offer. And I don't think it's a deal, period. Anyone can go and negotiate $30,000 or so off of a property.
I want everybody to hear that. That's exactly true, because they already put it up for way too much, I'm sure.
Yeah. So it's at 405, and she was like, oh, 370, and I was just like, what does that mean to me? So I hit her with a 297, and she's like, okay. Now why I came on stage is I just want you to kind of like break down 297 for cash, and what would I be offering? What would I sell it at?
Okay. Well, that's the deal. Is like your assignment fees are directly related to the deal you get. If you get something $100,000 below list, then you've got probably about $80,000 to play with. We don't know what the buyer's going to come in, and so again, it's how fast do you want to sell it? Well, we need to sell it fast. We get 10 business days to usually, or 15 business days to do it. So we drop the price, and then we find out what the assignment fee is, because it all depends on how quickly you can go out and buy a $10,000 car for $5,000. You're not going to sell it for $9,000 really quickly. But if you put it up for $6,000, now somebody's going to buy it quickly. Okay, so on a cash deal on this one, you're seeing it how much?
297 is what I offered.
Okay.
Was that too high?
I think so.
Yeah, I figured that too.
Yeah, it still doesn't. I mean, what are the rents?
$3,000.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, about.
That help about, or it's $3,000? You gotta know.
I say about because Zillow says I think it was like 2640 or 2740, and then Atlas says $3,000.
Oh, does? Yeah, mine didn't come up $3,000.
What did it come up as?
Like 2,300. Yeah, 2,200.
22. And so hold on, am I looking at the right one?
It's place. It's Lee Place, not
Yeah.
street. You sent me street.
It's place. Oh, sorry.
No, no problem. So it's the one with the white trim, right? Like with the blue and white trim.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Alice suggests 243. You know,
Yeah.
and you know me, I'm at like 200,000 on a cash deal. But are they interested at all in seller finance or no?
No.
Because that's the only way. I mean, you got to tell them, like, I can come in, I can give you your offer price, seller finance,
Mm-hmm.
and allow it to cash flow that way. With $20,000.
Yeah, if she denies this offer, it makes it perfect for me to transition into seller finance. I know that they don't want to do it, but I'm gonna say to her, well, how would you like me to purchase this?
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like no investor is going to do it. Yeah, then and you can come in and add their purchase price. Your purchase price is a little bit elevated. Let me see what it is on Zillow. In the neighborhood map, what's it say? How are the prices around this house? Oh yeah, the prices are super low around that house. Yeah, they're $100,000 more than, like, everybody in there. I'm seeing a 173, 252, 233, 292. There's nothing even close to 400,000 in that neighborhood. So they've got high hopes. 213, 308, yeah. I would just come in with low price that I would do that at 200 and just say it's based on the neighborhood.
Yeah. So I already sent her the 297.
Oh, you did? Well,
yeah, I sent her the two. When I hit sent, I'm like, damn, I think I went a little too high. I should have came in at my original 260, and then I could probably sell it for like 300 or 297, whatever it was.
There's no way less than 300. There's no way. Nobody's gonna buy it. Yeah, just because of the comps. I mean, the comps, and you gotta just say, show me comps that support your price. Talk into this.
So in our list, what do you think is the next runner up for me to kind of like place a bid on? And then I can say, okay, this is what I'm offering. Should I send you the list again?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Well, and there's value. I mean, are they motivated? They don't seem like they're motivated. They're
motivated to sell. But
not at these prices.
Yeah, I mean, they sold 2 properties already in her portfolio. So now I'm just like, all right.
Can you find out what those are?
I will. Yeah, I'll definitely.
Yeah, because look at those and see what their threshold is. Like if those were
her threshold is 80K.
What's that mean?
80K off on the properties.
That's what she's usually doing. Is about 80,000.
Yeah, that's what she usually sold them at, like 80,000.
So that's what you saw on the other ones. But we got to look at them. Are they as nice as this? I mean, here's what happened.
Yeah, they're all nice. They're all in the same zip code.
Okay, and I'm guessing they overextended themselves on the fix and flip.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking she's she is letting the furniture go too, and she's accounting for the furniture.
Okay.
So, but I'm not. There's no. I mean, Memphis 100K for furniture. Like, you could keep it. I told her you could keep it if it's to make or break.
Well, and Tennessee it's a furniture capital. I mean, that whole area is a furniture capital. You can get deals on furniture, no problem.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, North Carolina, all those areas, like that whole area that's where furniture is made, and so it's like, There's not $20,000 in furniture in here. I would say there's, let's see. Yeah, I mean it's nice stuff, but I don't want to pay retail for it. Yeah, you can tell them to take it all. You don't need any of it.
Yeah. I
That's more-
DM you the other locations, and what do you think is a solid one-off cash offer would be for those locations?
check. Okay.
Remember,
so-
I was going in at 260, so even at 260, I think I might be over.
You went 297, right? On this last one.
I went 297 on the lead property.
Yeah, okay. And then
Yeah.
which one? There was one that there was just shooting at. Which one's that? Carr, New York?
Yeah, Clark.
Okay. That's the one that's interesting to me because it's got a good story and you can beat her up.
A shooting is a good story.
I mean, it's great because you're just like, so we need to know more about that. Like,
Yeah.
here's a great example. I had a $1.5 million home, paid $750 for it. There was a murder right next door, like literally a murder. I actually heard it. I thought it was just kids playing, but it was one kid killing another kid. The girl, whatever it was, we don't know. So finding out what that is so we can explain it to a buyer is really important. So because it could be a one-off. I mean, it's you never know. Okay, let's see. I'm checking this one out. So I'm checking the shooting one out first.
Okay.
That's one I kind of like. Yeah, because it's a nice house and it's not, I mean, it's very not, in a neighborhood that's dilapidated or anything. Yeah, they do a good job fixing. They love to throw pool tables into it. They like, all this stuff is really, really nice. I think they overdo it though for the neighborhood. Let me just check. Okay, so Clark, you can hang your hat on that shooting all day long. Like, how am I supposed to sell this? Somebody got shot here. Like, I can't do that. And that's why that's going to give you the most opportunity to ask them to lower the price. Okay, their price drop. They started. They bought it in 23 for $500,000. Interesting. This neighborhood is dropping in value because they bought it for more than they're selling it for, and they did the renovations. They're having a rough time.
Yeah.
Same here. 485. There's no other house in the neighborhood that's even close.
And I think she just dropped that last week.
Yeah, I mean, let's see, because it says. Yeah, so 5.6, they dropped it to 485 from 495 2 weeks earlier. But they purchased it January of 23 for 500,000. So,
but World Atlas says it doesn't have a mortgage on it.
it's possible.
I could do. I mean,
yeah, no, that's absolutely possible. No question. Like, people can't afford. Like, you never know what their situation was. They might have sold a different house. It's not coming up for me. It's south. Yeah, even when I use the there we go. Yeah, I assume all of these are paid off. Oh no, it says they've got a revolving credit line.
So do they?
That's what they're using to pay for all the other yeah. So they have a credit line that's got $412,000 owed on it. So for them, that's probably their payment. I mean, that's what their issue is. If we could show that there's equity here, you could take over the mortgage, but there's no way to take over this mortgage because it's not worth it. It's 6%. The payment's $25.73, and they are potentially getting rents at 30, the 3,000 mark, maybe.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's more of a hybrid than anything. Yeah, they just overspent. This is one where you've got to just give them on all these properties, just give them massive lowball offers and just wait. It's not, they're delusional because they spent so much on fixing it up. They did a great job, not even a question, but they did it all in credit.
So what do you think those numbers would be? Because, I kind of want to get this locked down this morning.
No, I got you. I would go 50% of all the asking prices. That's where I'd start. And just say, like, the comps do not support this, and there's no way to cash flow at their price at all. Even at your price, like if we said, let's say cash price on this 485 of 240, let's call it. Okay, let's see if that cash flows. 3,000, it's probably going to with 3,000 a month. So I'm getting a 33.85 rent. That even doesn't cash flow. You lose $238 a month, but that's with $10,000 stamp fee, which always screws everything up. You can cash flow at that price, at that 50%, $300 a month.
For Clark.
But you'd have to be at 240, half the price, half of what they're asking for it to cash flow. Otherwise, the only way to make a cash flow is sell their finance, but they owe on it. And so it's like, and you don't want that loan. So there's no way to even take over that loan because it's revolving line of credit and it's 6%. So cash is the only way to go here and go 50%.
Okay. So, and you was referring to the Clark, or are you referring to all of them?
I think I'm just based on the two that we looked at, they're all overpriced.
Yeah.
And so I'm staying with all of them. And so maybe come in with a price for all four of them that's 50% of what they're asking and see what they say.
All right. Sounds good.
Because
thank you. I'll lock it up. Go ahead.
The fact that you're able to take care of all four of their issues, it's an issue for them, 100%. Like they screwed up and they know it. And so that's where they're at. If you're able to come in and say, I'll take all of them, but this is all I can give you, let it sit. Give it 2, 3, 4 months. They'll come back and they'll be like, hey, is that price still available? And move on and start calling other properties. I don't want you guys to get so laser focused on properties that you want to make work. They're either going to work or they're not going to work. And the ones, everything I've bought has been easy, like really easy. And so you just know going in that it's going to work. And so if they're not into it, but if they call you in 3 months, okay, now things are going to start working because they're calling you. They know where you're at. And so that's, yeah. But then you're getting on the phone. And so now your net is getting wider and you're getting on the phone talking to more properties. And these are going to percolate. Let them
no, but you're giving me a heart attack saying 2, 3, 4 months. That's kind of wild.
It's real estate. Anybody in the audience, anybody here that thinks that this is going to be a quick deal, it isn't. I have one. January, I took over the mortgage. Still hasn't closed, but I've been paying on the mortgage since then because they were going to lose their house. But partly my fault. It was one of my first deals, so I did. But they started like it gave them too much time to think, and they're like, "Wait, maybe this isn't a good deal for me." I'm like, it doesn't matter. I saved you from bankruptcy. I saved you from losing your home. So we're in it. And they're like, yeah, that's true. But it's still the gears, they go slow. And so I'm 6 months in. I've got 60 grand in that.
Okay.
So
sounds good. Thanks, Trent. I'll keep that in mind.
But keep on calling, please, because you've got the calling down. And that's what's important. Do you have a wholesale outlet yet?
Yeah, of course.
So it's so easy to call on LED. I mean, go to Baltimore and go bananas. You should make 10 offers today in Baltimore. There's no reason that you can't. So let's
okay. I'll hop on Baltimore then. I love the South, so I just stay Memphis, Florida. Like they're just easier people to deal with. Like those Midwest people, I don't know. I gotta switch up the way I talk. Like you know what I mean.
You love money more than you love the South. So go where the money is. Let's just learn about Baltimore. I mean, I've got an auction guy that's coming off vacation next week. I've got an alarm that's going to go off for me to call him. We got to keep doing this. I mean, any phone call you have. We had one on Friday or Saturday. Super nice lady, and she's like, "Oh yeah, the guy's 60. He's trying to get rid of. He's got 200 properties." And I'm like, "Can I just talk to him about what we do and have him mentor me?" She's like, "Oh, he'd love that. He's a solo ager. He's by himself. He would love to, have somebody to mentor on all this." I'm like, that's what I want you to get out of these calls. It's not always about the deal. It's about what else is out there.
For sure. All right. Thanks, Trent.
Disposition on the phone. You're not angry. You're just doing your thing, and that's huge. So that's really good.
All right.
Okay, bro. Take it easy. All right. India, what is happening? Sling, I know you're next, but you're not a girl, so you don't win. Ladies first.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Okay.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, what's going
on? I had I started with a list.
Yeah.
And one by one, I was knocking them out. I done probably sent you like 3 already. I know one of them you told me it wasn't a great deal, but you said you'd let me know how we could help that person. I don't know. Do you remember? That's the one that was $2 million, but it was they over remodeled. Yeah, they over remodeled in Daytona.
Oh, in Daytona. Let me see. Do you have that address? Let me see. I'm looking back.
Yeah, it's in your DM from me, and it's the Rutledge.
Haven. I see Winter Haven. I don't see Daytona.
The Rutledge.
Oh, there it is. Yep, Rutledge got it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So I didn't know where we left off with that one. I know the other ones you took a look at. So the ones you take a look at, and any other calls that I've jumped on, to try and at least lock in my first deal. I don't care who does it. I'm trying to at least get my first one done, so I have that process.
Yes. You are not alone. That is everybody in here.
So I can get it started, at least the process started, so I know how it goes.
This one, you have to offer, just go ahead and give him a cash offer of $1 million on this one. I remember this one now. Yeah, just to say that's all I can do. I can't get it to cash flow less, there's no chance. Did you get all the rents and everything out of it?
Remember, he had no rent. They had no tenants, vacant.
So, yeah, without him, well, no. Potential rents. We have to know what the potential rents are. That's the big thing. So yeah, just tell him, say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm an investor. I can offer you $1 million for this place. That's it. And be empathetic and just be like, bro, I know you did a ton of work on this, but I mean, it's how many? It was 7, right? 7 property. I mean, 7.
Right, a 7-plex.
Yeah. So if it's renting out for $1,000 a month on those 7, that's 7,000, and I think the cost is like 10,000, 11,000 a month.
Right.
So yeah,
it might be a little more than that, because I think it's in Daytona, but it's like in a, kind of like an island, not on the island, but right before you get to the island. So I don't know.
We can never. There is no property I can assess without knowing what the rents are, because that's the money coming in.
Okay.
And this is 100% beautiful. In fact, offer him 900,000. Make it really painful, because he's asking 2.3. Yeah, just say, hey, I've got 900,000 for you, and then just wait. Same thing as what we just did with saying, let's just wait and see.
Right.
Because right now he's making a payment. I'm sure it doesn't show that he has a but he's losing money every month. He's got to be.
Right.
So he might just want to bleeding.
Okay. And did you want to look at one of the I have 3 more on my little list. So I mean, if you want me to send you those addresses, you can look at them. They're duplexes. 2 of them are duplexes.
Give you straight up answers on all this stuff so we can go quickly. So anybody else that wants to bring up stuff, but also I really want to get to finding you guys deals too. So let's do both. Okay, send me your other 2 addresses.
Little one.
Well.
Now these that I'm sending you right now, though, they have seller finance available.
Okay, they said that or you said that? Just so
well, on their Zillow post.
Okay, let me explain real quick.
Yeah,
so everybody in the audience as well. If they offer seller finance, they know what's up and they're going to give you horrible terms. Nobody that wants seller finance is going to get the terms that we want. Okay, so just be ready for that. They say they want finance, but
I know there was one. I was surprised when I read it. It said that they only wanted 10% down. Now I don't remember if that was the property that I wrote down at all because I don't see it. I would have noted that, but I was surprised because, like you said, it is true. They mostly want a higher down payment when they themselves want seller finance, and that makes it kind of defeating what we're trying to do.
100%. Okay, so this one looks like it's a minor fix and flip. Like they might have done a little bit, but that floor is not new. Okay, so let's look at it. The price they're asking $238, and they've got a mortgage of $21,000 at 3.51. So that's kind of insignificant. It's about $135. So let's run the cash offer I do here. Is 230? So I do a cash offer 120 here to start.
120. Okay.
And the reason is I'm just taking 50% of what they're asking, and that's where we start. Okay, we're gonna say rehab costs are gonna be about $15,000 for the yard. Because the yard's there's not much going on here. There's no grass. There's nothing. It looks like it's probably even worse in the back. So let's just throw that as our potential. The rents here, the normal rents are $1,805. So we're going to figure that. So at that price, we can cash flow $300 a month, which is good. That's fine. That's sellable because we're at let's ignore this. Yeah, we're still at a cash on cash return of 10. That's not right. Something's wrong here. Hang on. Oh, no, that might be right. Yeah, just find out from them what the rents are. If they are indeed $1,800 a month, this one cash flows, but it's not a cash on cash. Yeah, why is that? There's no reason for that. Oh, it's because of the $15K in rehab. That's why. So if we get rid of that. It's not amazing because it does need some rehab, and that's why you're offering 120. Okay, but at 120, it's a sellable deal.
Okay.
Okay,
and,
so
okay.
Then the other one. Let me check the other one real quick. Did that all make sense to you? I don't want to go so fast that you're not catching on to what I'm talking about.
Well, you said that you'd offer 120 cash because the 15K yard that's gonna need to be repaired.
Yeah, that's why we're saying that it's gonna need some updating on the yard.
Okay.
Plus, I don't think this house is worth $238,000. Let's just check here. I'll check real quick. So I can give you. I want to make sure I always give you guys reasons to offer low and why. Everything around there. Everything around your house is 145, 160, 178, 177. There's one that's 227. It's got a huge yard. 185. What's yours is asking how much?
238.
Yeah, so just say the comps in the area don't support it. Don't support that.
Okay. This is a duplex though, right?
I don't see a duplex.
No?
I see.
Okay.
I just see one door. I don't see 4 bedrooms.
Okay, I think I know which one that is. I know which one that is. I remember that one. Okay, that one. Yeah, that one's just a house.
Yeah, it looks a little. And you can talk about the concrete up front needs to be repaired because there's a tripping hazard big time. Okay.
Yes.
That's where I'd go with that one. And then the second one, in Barstow or Bartow. Let's see.
Yeah, that one is a duplex.
Okay, cool. And what are the rents there?
Well, according to Zillow, rents are $26.82.
Okay, have you talked to the realtors on either one of these?
None of these two that I mentioned. That's why I was.
Party foul. You never come to bring me anything without talking to the realtor first.
Okay.
Because then we're just dealing with hypotheticals. So there's I gonna play. Yeah, never, because we need to confirm why they're selling. We need to confirm what the rents are, all that stuff. So I'll let you off the hook on this, but in the future, I want you to make sure you talk to the realtors first.
At least to find out the main information, right?
And the reason being, we could do all this work, and then you call them and they're like, "Oh yeah, we have it under contract. We just sold it." You're like, "Oh, I just spent Trent's time, my time." We're like, "Oh, what a waste." I want you to see a place, find one person. The rents are 1% of the purchase price. Make a call. That's it. So simple. No more lists. No more into the night trying to figure out places. None of that. It's a waste of time. It's a massive waste of time.
Okay.
Calling him. India. Did I make my? Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I understand. Yes, sir.
Okay. Without knowing.
No, but it makes sense. I just wasn't because and that's why I would bring them, because I would want to be sure that once I call that I would know what to possibly offer.
No. Okay. Here's the deal. Here's how you do it.
And that's why
I'm going to satisfy all your objections there. You call them. All you do is get why are they selling and the rents. You just chat with them, find out. And then you say, "Hey, let me get back to you. I'll call you in about an hour and a half. I'm going to run some numbers." So you're doing it backwards. You're running numbers and then calling. So it builds your confidence. But you have tons of confidence in calling somebody and asking about their place. Just chit-chatting. This is an over-the-fence conversation with a neighbor. Like, "Hey, so tell me, what's going on?" And even I take their Zillow information, and it's like, calling all my house hackers. Say, "Hey, what's a house hacker?" Okay, just talk to her about that. Say, "I'm new to all this. I'm a brand new investor. I came into some money, and I just want to start doing real estate." And they will still, when they hear that, you're a turkey on the spit. They're so excited to talk to you because you said you have money and you want to be an investor. And you aren't trying to show to them that you know what you're talking about, because we don't yet. And it's okay. Right. So I want you to just chat with them. The duplex is nice. It's an FHA loan with 3.5% down. Okay, so they might be into some kind of, but I don't know if they're into doing it. They don't have a loan, no loan on it, so that's good. Okay, I like the place. It looks nice. I like the fact there's 45 pictures. The reason I like the fact there's 45 pictures is because I'm going to use those pictures. We're going to use those pictures to market it, and then I don't have to send anybody out there to take pictures. Saves us money.
Right.
Okay. I like the fact that it's a duplex. I'm going to go with Wholesale Atlas's. Do you have Wholesale Atlas yet?
No, remember I have PropStream, but I had just gotten terminated, so my money is kind of pinched right now. Until that one is coming up due, which I have to check my statement to figure out what date that one renews. So I cancel it and then get Atlas.
Okay, cool. So in Atlas, it's going to make life 10 times easier for you too. Okay,
Right,
so
right.
Atlas tells me that the rents are either 1660 or 1780. Section 8 is 1780. We always take the lowest one. So 1660. I'm going to check. They're asking 439. Wholesale Atlas suggests 263. I'm going to suggest less. That's 60%. I'm going to say 220. Okay, as the cash offer. The reason we go low cash offer is so we can negotiate, because otherwise we can't negotiate that much, because we do need but the negative, but it's a positive, is there's not a whole lot of work that needs to be done on this place. So even the driveway looks good. The grass could probably use some updating, but it could have been, the end of winter and it just didn't look good. So you can beat up the grass a little bit, and just something about the backyard needs a little bit of work. So you can say that you feel like, you can't offer full, because there's definitely work in the backyard that needs to be done. Everything else is pristine, so we can't really talk too much about it. So at 220, it still doesn't cash flow, because the rents are 1,600. Okay, that goes back to our 1%. Now, if that's 1,600 per side, because we don't know that yet, because you didn't call the realtor. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, there you go.
But
So
it very likely could be that it is 1,600 on both sides, because that's about what 2 bedrooms go for in.
Cool. So let's say that's the truth. Cash flow $700 a month, which is attractive. The cash on cash is 1,700. So it's 17%. Sorry. So it's a very middle of the road deal. Now, if you can get them to do cash, like to do seller finance, but you will not talk to them about this the first call. Okay, right. This is your second call after you've done your numbers. You want to come in, be incentivized. If I were to pay, I could get them their asking price, and the only way this place cash flows is at their offer price, is if I incentivize them to take a set of payments. Incentivize them to take a set of payments. It's a gentle way of saying seller finance. You say seller finance, and they're like, they don't know the definition. Most realtors are dumb. So you want to just say, hey, so with that, could I incentivize them to take a set of payments? Because I could pay them, and then you figure out we don't know because somebody didn't call the realtor. I don't know if I've driven that point home. I have. Okay, you're pouting, so that's good. Makes me happy when people. I like when people pout. I like when people cry. So what we would do is we'd do a seller finance. We would offer probably about $800 a month. Okay, and so you're saying, how'd you come up with $800 a month? If the rent is $1,600 per side, $3,200 a month, that's 1/4 of what the rent is coming in. So we got to keep 3/4 of it. We're going to pay them 1/4. So we're going to pay them $800 a month. Okay. Beauty is, brings the cash on cash to 61%. Investors are going to kill themselves to get this. Like, that's what you want. But we got to get them to agree to it. Okay. So you got your work cut out for you. You're never, ever, ever, ever put your hand up. Never going to not call the realtor first.
Never going to not call the realtor first.
Cool.
Yes, sir. I will make sure I give a call, at least a call, to find out information so I know where to take it when I bring it.
100%.
Like my last one was a 19 unit, but it won't do me no good to even run it by you if I don't know nothing.
Damn right.
Yeah, like I'm going to just hold up on that. I will go find that out first before I start talking about that third one. But yeah.
And just have fun with this. That's the whole point of this whole thing. If we're not having fun, you guys, every single one of you is in here because you want to be here. You're not, this isn't a job. You're not making, nobody's looking over your shoulder. Let's have fun. If you're having fun, it's going to be 10 times easier to do. Okay. Okay, get after it. Come back tomorrow. I want to have all the numbers. If you get everything before I end, I usually end around 10. You got an hour, but get motivation, get rents, and the motivation is the big one. Find out the story. Just chit chat with them. Like, oh, why did
Right.
this? Like, is that an investor? What's he thinking? Da, 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 da. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Slang. You're up.
Hey, Trent, happy Father's Day, bro.
Yeah.
I
You know
did-
what we
Say it again?
did for fun? Just for fun.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
So I've got a 24-year-old, 23. She's turning 24. And she's like, Dad, let's go to LA. I want to see where all the riots were. And so we went up, and luckily we'd gotten there after pretty much all the dust had settled, but there was a ton of, boarded up buildings and shot out windows and all that stuff.
Historical. It's going to be a historical place forever now.
But here's the deal. We went up as a target, big time. I drive a Tesla, and it's got American flag badges all over it. It's got 4 of them, front and the back. And as we were driving through, we would roll by the National Guard. Every the National Guard and any of the military, they'd be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Okay, we got those guys are on our side. It was kind of fun. Okay, sorry, I digress. So what's going on?
So I DM'd you the property, the listing and stuff. I'm just trying to figure out, did I get it locked up too high? I got it about like 70K under list, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough after running my numbers. So
Okay, numbers I don't see the address.
sent you like the red fan listing.
Oh, I got it. See it. Yeah, perfect. Oh, cool house, 4-plex, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool. And it's in a good area. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so it's a 4-plex, but it has 2 addresses. But 4 doors.
4 doors. Yeah, I guess 2 duplexes side by. I don't really understand. It's confusing to me too. But
I'll be with you on that one. I don't get it. Okay, it looks like it's only pulling up one at a time. So let me see what happens here. Where'd you find these? You found these all in Redfin?
this was like a CRM follow up. Talk to the think he's a broker, and think the motivation is like the dude's an investor. He has a bunch of them, and he's just getting older, and I don't want to deal with the headache and blah blah blah. So yeah, exactly. So I kind of let him talk me up. I had it at because it's listed at 199. I had him at 79, and then I kind of let him talk me up to 125. So I mean, I figured at the time it was still like 74 under list. So
okay, let's check it out. It's still coming up. Why isn't it pulling up? Is it on market or off market?
it's on market.
Check it out the old way here. So on Zillow. Okay, so what did you get it for? 1.2?
Yeah, 1125.
Okay,
Like
he has
7.
it at 99.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me more about it. Is it what's the area like? Are we?
It looks like a really nice area from like what I can tell. It's supposed to rent out at like 4. I think I seen like 25 per door on Zillow rental whatever, and then
or per
20, I think I seen like 25 per door.
So
2,500. Oh,
that's great. That's good news. If that's the
okay.
case.
Think so. You might want to check my math on that, but
yeah, if it's 25 for 4 doors,
yeah,
that's
it says that.
10,000. I'll look at it. Historic quadplex. Okay, it's 4 bedroom. Let's see what the rents are on. It's not coming up on Atlas for some reason, so hang on. Bed. Okay, doesn't Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, you're gonna have to get that rent. That's gonna be important.
Okay.
Let me see.
I put it in. Say it again.
Do they have a mortgage?
I think so, because after I got it locked up, I checked the listing again, and then I seen like something about flirting with 15% down. I tried to plug it in a calculator. It didn't look like a good seller finance deal, but I didn't. Of course, I didn't like. I already had it at cash, so. Because on Zillow, my rental, my Zestimate was like, here, let me pull it up again. So I'm not lying to you. So
there we go. Okay, it just came up. Okay, so
yeah, I DM'd you what I see too. So 21, I guess.
21 a month. Okay, so it's 8,000. We'll call it 8,000 for all four. No mortgages, which is awesome. And you offered 1.125. So 1.25, is that what you offered?
Yeah, I got it at 1.125.
1.125. I see that. Okay, so it's like that's more than what they're asking. 1.125. Okay, and we're calling rents at 8,000. Still rough because their PITI every month is 8,000.
Yeah.
So that doesn't, their operational expenses are another like 2,000.
Doesn't make us any money.
So we're upside down about 1,000 a month. No, 2,000 a month. So this is prime for that's at your cash price. That's your cash price. Okay, so let me go to my cash price, which would be, I would say 600,000. Let's just see, because I want to incentivize them to take a set of payments. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 100,000. We run the same numbers. Now we got a cash flow of 1,300 a month, which is great. So that helps. So our argument is, hey, I'm making you a super low cash price, but I have to because I can't make the numbers work. I can't get a cash flow going without it being. Well, you can even say, let's see what 700 is. Even 700 takes it to $666 a month. So I would start at 600 on a cash deal. But now you've talked to the realtor and everything, right? So now we want to incentivize them to take a set of payments. And so if you can get,
should I do that the seller finance at full list?
That's what I'm going to check for right now. Do you want to look at my calculator while I do it?
Yes, please.
Hiding the address though.
Appreciate it.
Sure. Okay, so here we go. Again, guys, this is Wholesale Atlas that I'm using. Makes your life simple. This is real estate for kindergartners. That's what I call it. Okay, so his price was 1.1. Let's call it 1.2. Okay, so we just go right down here and we go to seller finance. Now we start plugging in the numbers, and we're going to go 1. Well, they've already put it. So our offer price is what they're asking. Our down I just rounded this up because it's silly to. Let's make it 6,000. Okay. The rent estimate, we're going to say the rent estimate is $8,000. We want to make sure we're on normal here. We'll go to advance here. We're going to do an 10-year balloon instead of an 8-year. 0% interest, so we'll just leave this blank. All right. Now, what are we going to pay them per month? That's always the big question. I make it simple. I take the rents and I divide them by 25%. So in this situation, it's super easy to figure out. 4 times 2 is 8, and so $2,000 a month is what we're going to pay them. We're going to put that in here. Okay. So we'll give them. You can already see this is going to change it a little bit, but it's to the better. Like we're cash flowing $3,500 a month.
Right.
The beauty of all this is it means we can go bananas. Like we can do whatever we want. We could let's see what, like even 4,000 a month, which I wouldn't do right off the bat. We'd still have $1,500. So let's start with 2,000 a month. But if he pushes back, say, hey, how about I give you 1.3, $100,000 more? Okay, we're gonna overpay for your place for 1.3. Okay, we're gonna sneakily leave our down payment the same as it was for 1.2. Okay, so that lowers the down payment to 4.6, which is awesome. Still 10 years. What do you think that's going to do to our cash on cash? $100,000 over offer.
It can go up.
Nope. It's going to stay exactly the same. Because, and the reason being, see, we're still at the 54%. We're still at 3,500. The reason being is we haven't changed this. The payment per month is what's going to decide our monthly nut.
I know he's going to argue that down payment, though. What is that at 5%?
That's 5%. We got room. So what do you think?
I think if you look, can you look at the description in that? I think he said something about like they would entertain 15.
Well, he said 15% down financing option.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's him financing, but at 15%, I mean we're at 1.3. And again, we're gonna let them know, hey, we're over offering you $100,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so we're trying to make it cool that we're so cool that we're offering so much times 15%. So he'd want $200,000 down. That's 15%. Okay. Now, does that still work? Well, here's what's cool about this $200,000. It's a big entry fee for people, but guess what the numbers are going to do? Oh, they didn't change. Okay, and the reason they didn't change is this money is all money that we're paying towards our property.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah.
So it's okay to overoffer that kind of a thing, because if that's what's going to get the deal done, we're still netting $3,500 a month. So an investor is going to be like, yeah, I like this place. It's in a great area. Obviously, I mean, just looking through it, I haven't even looked at the pictures, but
it just needs a lot of Cosmos. Nothing. I feel like you could plug tenants in it immediately. I know the buyer's probably gonna want to do the floors and the kitchen because you know what I'm saying, but so you can charge a little bit more. But
yeah, we can beat them up on a lot of stuff in here. The floors need to be done and all that stuff. Yeah, it's very not indicative of outside. The outside's so nice, and then the inside is kind of been left untouched for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but I mean, still, yeah, the floors all need to be redone. Yeah, we can definitely beat them up a little bit and say, hey, this is going to need, probably, and I would base it per unit. I would say, yeah, I figured it out to be about $18,000 per unit is what it's going to need as rehab. And the reason I do a weird number is on purpose, because a lot of people don't want to do the math. What's 18 times 4? Nobody knows, right?
Yeah.
So we're saying the rehab cost $72,000, right? And you weren't thinking that when I said 18 per door.
No,
You're like, oh, that's probably 30 grand or something, right? So that's why we're beating them up on the down payment. And we're saying, no, we want to stay, we got to keep a low down payment because we're going to be putting a lot of money into rehab costs.
Mm-hmm.
So we still want to stay at that, what were we, 60? Yeah, we want to stay at that 60 if we can. And say it's basically us giving you 103.02 because one of three,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're basically giving you 132 as a down payment, and because we got to come up with that money. Okay, so here's the deal: like at these numbers, which are going to be tough to get, you got your work cut out for you for sure. Your cash flow 28%, but it's a $3,000 monthly cash flow. Tremendous. Okay.
All right. So we'll have
Got
a
a lot
conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just be sympathetic and be very, just be like, let them know, like, this is not a profitable place. No, there's no investors that are going to buy it at your purchase price. It does not cash flow at all.
Yeah, and that's kind of what he's been running into because I've seen them listed and unlisted for a couple of years. So
yeah, I mean, when you're serious about selling, let us know. That's a insulting way to say, I know you're full of crap. We'll say that. That's not a problem.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate it, Trent. You have a blessed rest of your day. I'm gonna go handle up on this one. I'll let you know how it goes.
Hey, good luck. I'm excited for you. If you can get it at that price, you got a banger of a deal. But you still got to get it at that price.
Right.
That's the hard part.
Right.
Take it easy.
You too.
All right, see ya. All right. I think GNV was first, right? Come on up.
Trent, what's going on, man?
How are you, sir? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm doing great. A couple quick things. One, definitely want to schedule a time we can do the live together.
Yeah, I'd love it. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. I'm in Baltimore, man, so I just wanted to get an idea of like just what's the buy box. Can you walk me through? I did have or not Hold My Hand, but Wholesale Atlas when they were doing the beta. So I'm going to try to sign up under a different email address because I want you to get credit. I want to do the affiliate through you. So I'll re-sign up for it. Could you just like walk me through what we're looking for in Baltimore? Because like I said, I live here, so.
Absolutely. So you have got the magic bullet, and guys, I mean, your first name is
Carlo. Yeah, and I'm the helpful lender. I'm the one that's like in your resources tab. I've been a lender for 25 years. If anybody need help with lending, I got you covered. Been doing that for forever.
Well, the fact that we kind of fell into Baltimore is kind of our honey hole right now, which I kind of love. But every single person in the audience know that Carlos got the inside track on the neighborhoods. And so if you find something that you love, he's going to be able to just by the address say, oh, nope, stay away from that one. You won't have to go to Crime Watch or all those, Crime Stoppers or whatever they. But here's what we're doing in Baltimore. And it's super simple. And you being feet on the ground there, you can probably go bananas. Do you buy yourself?
I don't. I just lend. I have a lot of investors and stuff that I lend on, but no, I haven't bought something in a while.
Okay, because these are often like kind of ridiculous. The cash flow on these, and you as a lender knowing cash flow is king, you'll see. Okay, so what I do first is I go down here and I make these 60 so I can see 60 at a time because I've been doing it long enough now that we know which pages are pretty good. So you have a lot of these, and so I don't know how well you know Baltimore, but like from what I've been seeing and what I've been talking to realtors and everything, it's a block by block kind of a situation.
I was just about to say, literally, Baltimore is block by block. You could have a nice home and then very next home attached to it is boarded up. And yes, that's how Baltimore is. Yeah.
But the question is, does it matter? That's the question. Like, I know that the property values can go down a little bit if you have one right next door. But if you have 6 or 7 in a row that are all nice on a good block near a grocery store that is newer or whatever, am I right in assuming that those are probably something to call on?
I mean, I think that the main thing with Baltimore is how fast they can rent out for. Like what the rents are going for to me doesn't really matter. I want to know how quickly they're being rented for, because Baltimore, like I said, there are some pockets of Baltimore that are very rough. So
Yeah.
when somebody tells me that, oh, well, the going rent is this, like if there isn't a tenant in there, I want to know how fast like it can be rented out, like at a real number. So that's the problem with like getting like a a realtor to tell me what the going rents are, especially when there's no one in there right now.
Right.
But that's why I'm interested in it, because I know a lot of realtor like that will give me the actual numbers.
Okay, perfect. And so, guys, when we're looking for these Baltimore deals, and these are the deals I'm giving away to the students because I think they're excellent. This is 20,000 in rents for 1,400. I'm just looking at 1% rule only, just to make the phone call. I'm not saying, hey, call this one. It's a slam dunk guaranteed. I'm saying, let's call, let's find out. And so this is a fact mission, big time. So I've already gone through the first couple pages on these. So I think we're to page 3. Page 3 is a little bit more highbrow in the $120,000 neighborhood. But again, we're still getting those same rents. We're getting the 2,200 rents out of the Section 8. And so what I do is, I mean, these are all the ones that I've already hearted and I liked. So these are the ones that I'm trying to get everybody to call on them and just find out. And so, guys, when you call on these, find out if there's a tenant in place and what the rent is that the tenant. There's the value. If we have a tenant in place that's been there for 10 years and they're paying this rent, then we're good. We're good to go, and we're going to be able to sell it quicker. So that's kind of the simple.
So what we're looking at is 1%, but we're looking at based off of Section 8. Then we're not looking at like non-Section 8.
No, just the non-2, because like this one's normal rent's just 1,600 on 120. I'm fine with that. That's going to cash flow problem. So I'm okay with those. Again, fact finding. This is the easiest way for everybody to get on the phone, and it's the number one thing that everybody's not doing, getting on the phone. And so between you and me, like if we can get more people on the phone, we're going to have way more success. Because
I mean, phone's no problem for me. I just want to make sure I understand. So where are we trying to get I mean, like let's say it's listed right now and it's 1% of the list price. What are we offering them?
Here, let's look at this. Go in. First offer is always half of what they're asking. So
half of what they're asking. Okay.
Just a simple way to do it. Wholesale Atlas is awesome because they do the same thing, but they go 60%. And so I go half. That'd be 60,000. The only reason is because we don't know. That's why I want you to make that phone call. That's why I want to find out the story. That's our first call, 100% all the time. So once we find out the story and they're like, yeah, this, the guy died and he left it to his kids or whatever it is. Okay, we know at $60,000 with the rent of, so when you ever use this, make sure you pick the rents that go with the calculator. And so it's going to be $1,630 as our rents. We know we can cash flow $686 that quick. And so it's a 52%. Ignore this because I don't like the assignment fees being in there until we sell it. So this is something we know that can work at that price, right? So we also know they've got no open loans, and so we can potentially go to seller finance. But this one's nice. I mean, it's not hammered. It's not to the studs. We're not dealing with any kind of rehab. We can complain a little bit about the pad in the backyard, but not really. This is just a plant that's kind of hanging out. It's a nice place, and so we give them that $60,000 offer and just hope. And what's nice in here, and this is for the students, is you can generate an email and there's your offer right away. Okay, so you don't have to, you can just, and this is, the steps are find 1% of the purchase price, make find out there's
simple, makes perfect sense. Shoot her on over. I'll get those reversed, not a problem at all.
Oh, good. Thanks for getting those reversed.
Hey, take it easy.
You take it easy.
Hi, my name's Paul. I'm from the billing department here at ZipRecruiter. How's it going?
Doing all right.
Hey, Paul, how's everything going? I'd like to. Am I?
Yeah. My coworker was filling me in here, and sounds
Nice.
like you just wanted it for the 1 month, but then we're billed a couple of extra times there. Okay.
Okay. Hey, Paul, mute yourself. He doesn't hear us. He's on his phone. I'll mute him. That's funny. Hey, this is Paul at ZipRecruiter. Okay. So like this one's cool because I mean I like this, and so it's one for everybody to call on. And even better is let's funnel them to you when we get a buyer. We'll funnel them to you, and so we have a local guy that can help you with lending too. That's never a bad thing. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, so 1%, you're looking at the purchase price 1%, and then typically you're looking at 50% offer if it's moving ready. Even less than that if it needs work.
Yeah, and then we throw in the rehab costs and drop the price. I mean, it's kind of that simple. So if it's 10,000,
and when you're talking about the COC, are they just using like default DSCR loan 20% down?
exactly.
Is that what they're doing?
Yep. Down payment 20%, 12%, and
Cool.
So super simple. Yeah, again, but the very most important thing is you find 1% and you make the phone call. That's our first thing. Like that is
got to be 1%, yeah.
Well, it's got to be 1%, but we got to call the realtor. And all I care about, there's no numbers on that first call ever. I don't care about numbers on the first call. It's all about finding out what's going on, finding out what other things are in the area that are interesting, that are good deals, and finding out if the renters, like what you're saying, finding out if the renter is been there for a while and they're actually getting that rent.
Yep. The other thing I do on these two, by the way, is I use homes.com for free, and I can see who owns it, how long they've owned it, whether it's an LLC, it's an individual, if there's a mortgage on it. You can look up all that for free. So anytime I'm looking at a house for one of my clients or investors, I do that. But if you go to homes.com and you put in the address and you scroll down, you'll be able to see most of the public record stuff for free on there. It'll list it. So I use it all the time. And I do that on my mortgage show every single day. Like we go through this. We have a lot of fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay,
so if you scroll down, and if it's a disclosure state, which most states are, if you scroll down, it should show you all of that. Keep scrolling. Yeah, I'll keep going. Yep, keep going. Yep, keep going. Yep. Keep scrolling. It's below all this stuff. It'll tell you who owns it. So right there. So no, keep going down. Keep going. So click on that 21.5 like warranty deed. So click on that. The warranty deed right under the date up top. Purchase history. Yep. Keep go. There you go. Yep.
This one.
Yep. Click on that. So there you go. It's owned by an LLC. It tells you right there. And then it tells you when they bought it. So then scroll down even further. It'll tell you if there's an open mortgage. There's no open lien on that. So you know that they own that free and clear. But like when I find assumable loans for some of my investors, I'll go in there and I'll find out like whether they owe anything on it, what the mortgage is, what the then I just run an amortization schedule and I know how much they owe because the interest rate's on public record.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, let me get to work. Let me see if we can find some deals and make some calls.
We'll bring you in anytime. Like anytime you're ready to show what you know. These guys are hungry to hear it. So you just tell me a time and I'll make room for you, or we can even extend.
How are you doing with those Texas deals? Are you still trying to find buyers for them?
I haven't even really made a huge effort. I've got one that is I'm getting some pushback, and so the other two, one of them is rent. It's got a leaser in it, and so I'm happy with that for this month. They'll be out in July. The second one is weird, and I think I sent it to you, but here I'll show it to you real quick. The next door neighbor or the cross street neighbor is a remodeler in the area. So this is the home.
Okay.
And where it's located is at the very entrance of, I think there's a picture somewhere. It's at the very entrance of the entire development.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that lives across the street has wanted to remodel it for years, he said, and the old owner was not interested because he wants to bring up his property value. And so that's mine, and this is his over here. Oops.
Okay.
Come on. And so he's remodeled his. His is on the same size lot as mine, and he wants to do this same kind of thing. His is, I think, 1.2 million or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm kind of in a little bit of a holding pattern until I'm going to go out there and meet with them.
But walk me through that real quick. When you say that that's yours, what do you mean? Like you
This one, I own it.
Okay. Yep. And
Purchased-
you took over payments, or what'd you do with it?
Took over payments for $10,000, and they owe $400,000 on it, and it's got a 510 Zillow estimate, but it's probably worth $490.
Okay. And what rate did you take over on that? So you did a sub 2 and you put it in trust?
Yep, 2.65.
Nice. Okay,
So,
got it. But you don't have anybody in there right now.
No, not yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is if I'm going to put in a short term. I don't even really think I can do anybody short term. When I meet with him, it's going to be like on the 24th. I'm going to fly out there, and we're going to discuss what he's offering. His designer is going to go through this week and tell me what he's thinking. But if we can remodel it,
What's your payment on it?
$3,200 maybe.
Okay, got it. Okay, and you got 10 in. So basically, like if somebody were to give you, 30, right? You pocket 20, and they would just take over that payment. Is like, what are you looking to get out of it on this one?
Right now, I think we're just gonna. I really want to hear what he has to say. So if I can make this an $850,000 house, then that's the route I'll go.
Got it.
Because I'm not looking for the quick hits by any stretch. I like to buy and hold.
Okay.
So like if somebody offered me 30 grand for this, I wouldn't want it. That's not what
Got it. So okay, got it. So you want to hold this on, and then rent it out. You're not trying to do like a lease option or something like that on it.
I would love to do lease options with these over like a 5-year lease option, because from what I understand, I can lease option whatever my terms are. If they agree to them, they agree to them. So it's not like a standard, like it has to be a year or it has to be 2 years. I would like to do a 5-year lease option, even put away a little bit of money for them in escrow that they have to put towards the money. And then if that happens, that's great, because they're renting and I don't have to manage, because it's their house.
Yeah.
They fix whatever breaks, they're fixing. That's kind of where I want to be.
No, that's cool. Now, I mean, as a lender, I work with a lot of the investors. Like I've helped buyers buy homes that where they exercise their lease option.
Right.
So that's another thing too. Like, so if we, if a bunch of people do the lease options and then they finally want to cash out, I do more of that, where I'm the lender that steps in and helps the buyer. I just did 2 of those in Oklahoma.
That's
So
exactly
cool. All right.
That's
Well, I appreciate you, man. Let me go take a look at it, and I appreciate you. What's the best? Like, if I have questions, is it just DM you here, or what's the best way? Or just
DM the best way. I check them about 4 times a day. I make sure I check my DMs and fill it pretty quick, and then I go through all of them.
Awesome, cool. Thanks, Trent. I appreciate you, man.
See ya. All right.
See you, man. See ya.
Guys, Carlos is a huge asset to our whole situation here. So make sure you take advantage of him. Okay, let's go to Paul. See if he extended the. Hey, Paul, you there?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Did you get them to sign up for more of ZipRecruiter or no?
Let's see. I'm getting my camera pulled on here. Okay, I'm actually at work right now. Yeah, never heard back from. I think it was Bashir is how you pronounce it. I know I kind of sent him some info and stuff on it, but yeah, I wasn't sure if there was something that he was interested in or not, based on like what they were hiring for. But
he's not communicating with me anymore. I don't know if I did something to offend or something. I don't know, but he talked to you. So
I had like limited correspondence with them, like after we did kind of that one-on-one session. I just sort of sent them, hey, these are the positions that are currently hiring. Let me know if you need a referral letter, whatever recommendation. But hadn't really heard back since then. So
I don't know where he went.
Yeah, he's all right. I know he was kind of going through some tough times or something, but yeah, I appreciate you. Since we last spoke, I had this one, the 210 Eagle written down. I know you were helping us with deals last week, so wanted to follow up on that. But since since we've last spoke, I actually did submit my first creative offer through the Hold My Hand over the weekend. Fully executed contract, and
Awesome.
yeah, waiting for the realtor to send over copies of the leases and stuff. The dispo manager is asking just for some finalized stuff, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I trying not to be keeping expectations. I'm really trying not to get excited about stuff. I'm thinking that you could have the best deal in the world and it could not sell. You could have some turd and it could, huge check. So
I had a guy. We had a property that they wanted $100,000 down. We found a seller that would give $300,000 down, and it all.
Yeah.
Because they didn't like.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm thinking
always,
I told my friend, I was like, either way, I've gone through the process. If I have to cancel this during the inspection period, at least I've gone through the full cycle. If it closes, great, I get some money, but it's now just kind of refining the process and focusing on volume.
Make sure you stay on those guys. They tend to get a little overwhelmed, and so sometimes your deals get lost.
Right.
So
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, bug them twice a day and just
yeah.
Like, hey,
Okay.
Yeah. Just make sure, because I've had way too many people say, yeah, I had in there and then I never heard back, and it's like, well, it's on you to
Right.
you ruffle their feathers for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
great advice. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, Blue Door. I remember that.
Yep, and I don't think we ever got anything back from him. Let's call him.
Yeah. I think it was just a voicemail. Unfortunately, once again, I'm at work, so I can't do this Discord on my. I'm doing it from the phone.
Okay, I'll call it. No problem.
Appreciate you on this. I think this is actually a big help.
Well, I like it too, and it's way more fun. It's way more interactive.
Right.
My goal is to keep you guys interested, and most importantly, that you get on the phone. You saw me beat up Deanna. She knows to get on the phone now, and I think she's standing by too. She wants to talk. Okay, let's see. All right, Doug, let's see. There he is. Oops, I don't want to FaceTime with Doug.
Right.
Nothing personal, Doug. It's just let's just call Doug. We don't need to get that personal.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Good. So I might have tried to pick up the face.
Your call has been forwarded.
Oh, come on, Doug.
Your call has been forwarded to.
That's going. He turned it off. So let me message him again.
Yeah, I see. I actually have been following your lead on that. Surprising how many times people pick up on that second or third call. And then I thought about it. I was like, kind of myself included. I'm sitting at the airport about a month ago at like Terminal 4. At my gate, and I get a random call. I kind of show it to my friend. Like Dean and I, we laughed about it. The call comes back, and they're like, "This is Alaska Airlines. Like, we're boarded. Are you guys here?" So on that second call, I answered. I was like, "Wait, what? Like, we're 3 gates down. Wait for us." But yeah, so great advice. Yeah, definitely 2 or 3 calls is a
I have the
good idea.
Thing that's the guy that wants to remodel my house. Like he did the same thing. I'm like, thank you so much.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna just leave him a message, and give me your phone number.
Yeah.
Just DM it to me.
Okay, I'll send it in the Discord for you myself.
Yeah, and I'm gonna I'll send him a message saying, "Hey, I'm trying to get a hold of you," and I'll put your name on here.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I'll call you.
Let's go, Trent. There we go. Cell phone. Still getting used to this Discord platform.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Hey, Doug, my name's Paul. I'm calling on the Eagle Street in Baltimore, 2010. I guess that doesn't have to be part of it. So 2010. My partner just tried to call you, but if you can call me back, we would love to know more about this. It looks like a great property. We just need more information, and you're the guy that has it. So please give me a call back at that phone number I put at the beginning, and we'll talk. My name's Paul. Okay. It's going to you now.
And then, yeah, if I get that, basically just a preliminary call, give me all the info, spill the beans, and then I'll get back to you and let you know the deets.
Perfect. And let me know, please, if the hold my hand wholesale thing does not, like at any point you want to, we'll help you, because I'm not, I'm not with them anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, they booted me out because I was showing off wholesale outlets, and they didn't. They
were petty.
They were concerned about their PropStream money.
PropStream. Right.
So they're like, no, that, and it's funny because we did a whole presentation with them. They loved it. They thought, they're like, holy crap. They're like, this is totally heads and tails above everything else. But we can't turn down our 30 grand a month at PropStream phases.
Right.
Guys,
sorry to hear.
Yeah. And I got frustrated because it was one of those things where I'm like, guys, you said that the student. I mean, that's because you've been so good about putting students first, and then much
right.
They're gonna bail. So, but yeah. So if it doesn't work out, please, like, the second you don't get a call back, like if you reach them today and they don't respond, send it over to me. I can dispo now. I'm allowed to do it free and clear by myself. So
cool, sweet. Yeah, would love to maybe JV on some stuff. That sounds good. That's man, that's a bummer. I didn't realize you guys had separated there, but
it's a waste. It's a waste because I like them. I love the program. I love everything about it. But it's just greed got in the way. But it's been 23. The whole,
Jeez. Well, I'll be a frequent signer inner or a log inner for whenever you go live and stuff. So you'll be seeing me, Trent. So
take it easy.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
Whatever. Okay, Indiana. Oh no, we got sad face. What's going on?
So he don't want to talk to me because he says that he said, what's your partner's name? I said, I didn't even get to ask him anything. All I said was, hey, can you tell me more about the property? He said, yeah, sure. He's like, who are you calling for or with? Or I was like, well, I'm an investor. I said, my partner, I do acquisitions for my partner. So I was calling any deals that I felt, were good deals. So I wanted to know more information about your property. Could you tell me more? He said, well, I've had a lot of people call me about that property, especially coming from Trent. So is he available for a call? He said, because I'm pretty sure that's the name of who everybody's been giving me. But then
wait, everybody recently? That means they called today. That means people are stealing properties, guys.
Well, no. See, this is about the portfolio, because I called the other two. They haven't answered. I sent a text message, left a voicemail. So those two were pending. We're waiting. But I did go ahead and call.
Let's because if you guys are all calling on the same property, it's going to kill everybody. Dang it. Okay. Which one is it? Which property are we talking about?
This one is the one that I was telling you about. It was a portfolio, but I didn't get to send it to you because you told me I needed to call and find out more information. But
people had already called on it, even though we didn't go over it. How did they know?
Right. So I'm thinking maybe it's not the same Trent, or maybe the name is not the same. Maybe he's thinking it's Trent or something similar, because
not too many Trents out there.
Right, and they took this property off the market on March, so this is off market.
Send me the address so I can see. So it's one. How many properties? This is the 19.
Yeah, this is the 19 unit. And the reason he went off market is because he wanted a certain price per property, but he said it was aggressive, and he wanted to see if interest rates went down. But that's as far as he was really willing to talk.
Send it to me real quick. Hey, Josh, how are you? Thanks for coming on.
It's
send
your
it.
message.
That's weird. I don't know why. I don't think I have that much of a reach. That's weird because I don't think.
Yeah. Do you have properties in Florida? Because he asked me where all you had properties, and I said, I mean,
Texas, Georgia, Texas, California, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll call.
Okay, so you don't have no Florida?
No Florida.
Okay, gotcha. Because I told him you did, but then again, I told him I work with a couple.
No worries. We're fine. We'll smooth it out. I'm not worried about it. We'll call him because now this is kind of interesting. I want to know, guys in the audience. Just this. I don't know if you guys. I mean, we didn't even look at this, so I can't get on you guys for stealing it because we didn't even look at it. And I never.
Right.
So I don't know. Okay, guys.
I don't know what he was talking about. I never heard that. Obviously, I mean, I haven't done as many calls, but I just thought it was odd because, nobody stole it because you didn't get to go over this one at all.
Yeah. It's so weird. Okay, cool. Well, something's working. Some kind of marketing's working. All right. So send it to me. Is this it?
Yes, it's sent. It's in your DM and his phone number as well.
Okay. Let's have some fun with it.
It's between Lake Wales and Winter Haven, where all the properties are.
Okay. Let's look at it real quick and see. Hey, Josh, are you coming up to hang out afterwards?
Yeah, Trent, I'm here, and I have some stuff if people want to stick around. I was going to give a little tutorial with Atlas and Zillow and how I'm using that.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
I think it's going to be really helpful.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. And then I'll give you well, Marilyn will send you the promo code too for the 25% off. Okay, so let's look at these real quick. So it's 121, and he has how many of these?
There's 19 units. There's 19 houses, 19 separate properties.
Okay. Yeah, let me call him real quick. And so you're talking right with the owner.
Yeah, he is in with the owner.
He's in with the owner, so he's a realtor.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'll call him.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Maybe I sounded nervous. I don't know.
Oh, we'll see. We'll straighten him out a little bit, make him understand where we're at, and that we're willing to. Yeah, and have you gotten a list of all of them?
No, it's not. It wasn't on that thing.
He wouldn't give a list of it?
Huh?
He didn't give you a list of all of them?
No.
Okay, let's call him right now. See what happens. See what happens. These are fun.
Hey, this is Peter Urbano. Sorry I couldn't answer your call right now, but if you'd like, you can leave me a voicemail or send me a text, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day.
Hey, Tito, this is Trent Kamerman. I had one of my acquisition managers.
Nothing has been recorded.
Well,
Record your message after.
Well, that didn't work. That's a reason to call him back. And his name's Tito, not Pito.
Oh.
But
Oh. I'm like, where did it go?
Disappeared on us. He might be on the other line.
Hey, this is Tito Urbano. Sorry I couldn't.
Tito Urbano. Let's send him a text real quick. Hey, Tito, this is Trent Kamerman. I'm calling about the 19 properties that one of my acquisition managers just told me about. She just called you, and she told me you wanted to talk to me. So I'd love to hear more about what you've got going on, see if we can do some business and get you some money. Call me back anytime. Okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah. And that Bartow property just responded back. They said that it will be going for $1,550 rent on each side come July.
$1,550 each side, so 3,100. So we figured at 3,000, right? No, we figured 3,200.
Yeah. I just
19.
sent a quick, like, what would be a good time to call you back to talk about it? And he said anytime, and then said it's still available, will be completely rented out at $1,550 a side.
Okay, now information.
Huh?
See how easy it is to talk to them when you have information?
Yeah.
See how easy it is? You're going to have no problem trying to, like, let's run it. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so let's run it. Which one was that?
That was the Bartow one.
Okay. See, I want to make it easier on you guys. I don't want to make it harder. That phone call is so great. Now we've got some information we can plug in here. And his purchase price was what?
The purchase price was $439,900.
$439. Okay, this is one. Okay, so this is. Okay, so now we know, like, so this is what we want to do. So we know that we're saying 3,000. I'm going to still call it 3,000 a month, just so we have some leeway. We got to make sure we're normal. So when you get on Wholesale Atlas, you're gonna know how to use this on right out the gate. Okay, so here's what we're doing. This is our cash offer. Okay, I like to go. Where are we at? We're at 439. So I like to go to 220, which is going to be a little insulting to him, but we're gonna say before the best thing to do when there's bad news coming is let people know that there's bad news coming. Okay, and so when you call them, you say, you are going to hate this offer, I know for sure, but please understand that it's coming from a place of I can't cash flow without going this low on my cash offer. Okay. And so, because when you tell somebody there's going to be bad news, maybe it's not as bad as they thought it would be. You know, they might be like, yeah, you're right, it won't cash flow with that. But if you warn them, they're kind of okay with it. It's a technique used by a guy named Chris Voss. And he has a book called Never Split the Difference. He's an FBI negotiator. And so he could never split the difference because there were people's lives at stake. He couldn't say, okay, go ahead and kill 3 people, but send out 4 and we'll be good.
Right.
So at that price, at the 220, his PITI, and you can tell him, like, it's $2,000 a month for your PITI. But he probably knows all this. And so we could cash flow about $488 at that price. We're going to take out the assignment fee. And so we're about a 13%. Not a great for us to sell, but if we go and when he says, no, I can't do that, then you say, well, what do you think about
right, incentivize him to take payment.
Boom. There she is. Nice. Well done. So yeah, so we're even going to come. I'm on this one. We can come in right at their asking price, but we're going to say we're going to say 440. It's a $100 difference. We're going to say, how about this? How about if I come in at 440 over your asking price? And that just sounds good, even if it's $100 more. I'll come in at 440. I'll give you a down payment of 20,000. Okay, which is a little bit below our 5%. It allows us to come up on it. I can give you a down payment of 20,000, and then knowing that the rents are 3,000 a month, what we do is we try to figure out, well, what are we going to pay the seller per month? What's he going to get out of it? So I go 3,000 divided by 4, because $750 is 1/4 of the rents, which means we get to keep 3/4 of the rents for all the other stuff. So right here, I put in the $750 a month, and that comes out to $1,346 a month in cash flow. That's what we get for buying his building. So now, as an investor, we're like, sweet, this is going to work. I'm going to get 20 or 60% of my money. Okay. Very sellable. More than likely, he's not going to love that, but that's okay, because we can always go up on the offer price. We can go bananas on the offer price if we wanted to, because we got such good. Let's just say you don't do this yet. I'm just letting you see this. So at $500,000, nothing changes. Okay. The only thing that changes, and I'll show you, is now at the balloon, which is, I'm sorry, I didn't put it in. We're going to incentivize them to take the payments over 10 years. Over 10 years, we're going to pay him $750 a month. He doesn't have to do anything. It's basically like being a landlord without having to do any of the work. We'll handle everything else. Now we're going to be sending back. I mean, we're going to get a purchase price of $480, and in that balloon time, we're going to pay him at the end of 10 years $390,000. That's what he'll have in his pocket. Okay, and that's if we offered him 500, but we're not going to. We're going to go right with his purchase price of what, 440. Okay, so that's why I want you to see how you can move those numbers around and still make it work. So that's your offer, is 440. Do you need to, let me send this to you. Tell me if you can see this. This will be a link to Wholesale Atlas. It should show you everything. Okay, I'm sending it to you in messages, and tell me if it comes up on your phone. I'm sure, but and here I'll make it even easier too. What's cool about Wholesale Atlas is it'll generate an email, and within that email is the offer that we're saying. So I'm going to give you the email. Again, don't copy and paste this directly. Copy it and use it to formulate your email, because otherwise it sounds very AI. And I don't want you guys to sound like robots.
Okay. So don't use the get contract or none of those settings at the bottom?
You can't until you're going to be until you purchase it. Like, you can't use any of that stuff. But don't worry, if you want to JV with me on these, I'll help you out. My JV split is 30% you, 30% me, and 40% whoever finds the buyer. So now, once we JV, it's off to the races. We're both going after trying to find a buyer, because I want you guys to learn how to find buyers too.
Right,
that's the most important part of that. Your deals are going to get 10 times better once you suffer through trying to get it sold. You're going to make sure that you get a good deal, because you can sell that so easy. Okay, bad deals don't sell. Good deals sell super easy. Okay, so that's all on your. Send that all to your DM and see if that helps.
And the bottom one is the cash, right? Cash, right?
Yeah, you'll see right here it says proposed terms.
Yeah, I see the 263 cash. Okay.
That's the purchase price is 263, and then that other one will say
if they did seller finance.
it will say, yeah, it won't say seller finance, but it'll say, here's the purchase price, $440. And so our down payment's 20, our monthly payment's $750. So you'll recognize that this is the seller finance one.
Okay.
But never use seller finance in your jargon. Don't say seller finance.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I don't know what's going on. Tito should have called you back, but hey, he'll probably call you later.
If he calls me, I'll let you know for sure.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Buddy,
All right,
thanks
so
for
I'm
giving
gonna go reach out to this guy
Okay. Kill it.
and lock it in. Right.
All right. Take it easy. All right. So that puts me up at 10 o'clock. And Josh, you were a hero for coming in and taking over. So everybody's got somebody to talk to. I heard you were helping out. I mean, the DMs that were coming to me on how great you were and how much you helped people out was awesome. So thank you for doing that. I just so you know, I like to keep it simple. So try to skew everything simple because these guys are all new. The most important part is we just want to get them on the phone. And so the phone call, that first phone call is just finding out motivation. And then once we get past that, then your sales tactics are going to be like, they are going to help them so much. So thank you for doing it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Trent. I appreciate it. And, you know, I think I'll show my age here a little bit, but I started doing this when some of these guys weren't even born yet, like 2000, early 2000. So I'm showing my age. I look young, but not.
2000, that's when I graduated high school, was in 2000. Yeah.
I graduated in 2003, but I did my first deal when I was still in high school, actually.
I love that. And I really want you to meet Mikey. He's on my team. He's the one that built my Discord. We got a program coming out that he's put together over the last like 6 months. I want you to meet him because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is me in high school. He is so motivated and such a good kid. I think he's done in 2 days. School's out for the summer, so
nice.
We'll be seeing him more often. I'm going to get him in here.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to the guys a little bit about how I got my experience too, because I started working for investors, and you know most agents are duds. They don't really produce a lot. They only sell 2 houses a year on average, right? So where I was able to get a lot of experience really fast is I started working for investors.
I'm sorry, this is Tito, the guy that we were waiting for a call back from. So hang on.
Oh yeah, but Trent, I understand if you have to go, but I can continue to talk to the group if you have to go. But
you can start the stage, right? So I want to make sure that I don't kill you when I turn it off. So you know how to start the stage. If you go over to the live stream, just go over to the live stream and right click, and it'll say start the stage. Or you can just click on it. There's a sub on the left side under voice chats.
Okay. And I'm still trying to learn Discord here, so that's
while you're doing that, let me just call Tito back so everybody can hear. We'll talk to him and see. Indiana, or if you want to come back up. Let's call him real quick. Where is he? Sorry, just 1 second. What was he? I can't find his number. I think that's got to be him.
So while Trent's here, I'll just go ahead and talk while we have some dead space. There's different agents. Some agents don't work well with.
Trent, how you doing? It's Tito.
Hey, Tito, how are you? Good to see you.
Good. I spoke to one of your consistent managers. So,
No. So I'm really. I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling me back. Can you tell me more about what you got going on? I've got the one property that you have. Where is it? Let me pull it back up. That she had to show me, but she said you have 19. Is that right?
So who sent you that deal?
That's Indiana. She's on my team. She found you, and we help each other out. She makes a lot of phone calls, and then I step in when it's time.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. So, yeah, I mean, we do have this deal. Are you planning to buying it yourself, or do you want to wholesale it?
I'm not sure. Usually, I've at this point I've purchased everything. I bought 5 houses. I've got 3 houses in the duplex in Texas, and then I've got a house in Ohio and a building in California. So it all depends on how good the deal is. And so if it's something, and I'm super picky, so I love an amazing deal. But if it's not something I love, then I will probably wholesale it.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. Okay. So right now, I actually spoke with the owner yesterday. We're holding back. We may go on the market again soon. He's figuring out some stuff because he's selling another house, and then he travels a lot, so he's out of the country a lot.
Okay.
So we'll see. I mean, if this is something that, do you guys have conventional financing, or do you need any type of creative financing? Because he's not really. We already explored that with him.
Okay, he doesn't want to do any kind of seller financing at all.
No.
Okay. Again, it all depends on the deal. If the deal is good enough, I am all about just wrapping it up with my own money. It's not a problem.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, look, let's do this. We'll keep you in mind, okay? Because this is a deal that if he doesn't do seller financing, you have to do conventional. It's a little bit. I know it's challenging. Okay,
Yeah,
for portfolios of this size and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, it may not be the best fit.
Okay.
And so sure, but look, call me if you need anything.
I'll hang tight. But we have our own financing, so we won't have to qualify for anything. If the deal's great, we can do whatever we need to do.
Okay, perfect.
All right, bro. Thanks so much for the call.
No problem. Take care.
Later.
Bye.
Okay, that was completely worthless. So I don't know. Indiana, if you're in here, that's there we have it. Okay. Well, so a lot of times realtors assume things. I think he was assuming stuff, and we were saying we've got the money, it's not a big deal. But again, yeah, I think he didn't like the wholesaling idea. He might not like that you even mentioned seller finance. Okay, Josh, take over. Indiana, if you're in here, I don't see her. Do you guys see her? Let's see, Indiana.
Trent, hopefully I don't lose everybody. Could you go over one more time? If you close your live out so I don't lose everybody.
Let's do this. I can just leave it up too. That's not a problem. Let me quit sharing this. Let me see if there's.
You're so smart.
I'm so super smart. It's unbelievable. Wait, and I keep calling her Indiana, and I think it's just India. Am I right, guys? Kind of a moron there. Okay, so what I'll do here, we're gonna test this. I'm gonna end the stage, but I want you to be ready to click on live stream. Do you see that on the left-hand side? So click on that, and then try to bring it back up. And if it